Okay, we're talking about the cart springing up the hill lab. It all starts with this plunger cart that has a plunger that springs out when you press this button right here. We're studying how the length of the spring in the plunger cart affects the distance that the cart will spring up the hill. If you look underneath the cart, there's a scale for how long the spring is. Notice that it has about 16 markings. Let's call the first marking, the marking over here on the left, 1. Let's call this marking over here on the right, 16. As I turn the plunger, notice that that little block moves. So as I turn it counterclockwise, I can move it to a spring length that, let's say, is 12, right? So it started at 16 over here on this end, and now it's going to be at 12. And you can move it to, let's move it maybe 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, so we get a few different measurements for the length of the spring. I'm turning it back now to 16. Okay, 16. You press the plunger in, and when it's in, you press the black button, the side black button. The top black button makes the thing spring out. So once again, you push this in, and it's ready to go. We're going to come over here to the track. I'm hooking this up to the track, and it's a magnet, so these are going to go together. We're starting it at this position, and it's going to spring up the track. We're using the encoder cart. Make sure the encoder is on. So this is blue light, means on, and it'll measure the position of the cart. So this is all ready to go. Let's show you how to take some data. On the PC, I'm running Logger Pro, and I just took some data. Let me hit Control L on the keyboard to save that data. And now I'm ready to go. So what I do is I press spacebar on the keyboard to start taking data, and then I press this plunger button. So notice I'm taking data. Once you take data, what you're looking for is the maximum position up the hill. So let's do this one more time. I press the spacebar to take data, I press the plunger, and you can stop taking data again. You don't have to get all the bounces. But what we're looking for is this blue line right here. How far did that go up the hill? That's the position versus time. So we're looking for basically the largest position in time up the hill. So you come over here to the graph or to the table, and you scroll down. It started at minus 0.16, and then it's going to, here's the largest number, minus 0.175. But since we started at 0.16, I just have to subtract those 0.016 real quick. So 0.175. Okay. I'm doing it, the math here. 0.175. It only sprang up the hill 0.059 meters. So that is 5.9 centimeters. So the distance is 5.9 centimeters. So the length of the spring is 16. Remember, that's the setting under the on the bottom of the cart. The distance was 5.9 centimeters. Let's try this one more time just to make sure. So I'm going to push this in, push the plunger in. I'm gonna make sure, one thing, if you don't want to do the math, make sure to zero this every time. So that's 0 now, right? And then start taking data, push the plunger, then look at your graph and you get minus 0.104. So that's 10.4 centimeters. All right, we've got some data coming in. That's how we're doing this lab. So then I'm going to go change the length of the spring by turning this over and turning the plunger, and then I'm going to take some more data using Logger Pro, the LabQuest 2, my motion encoder, and pressing the button on the plunger.